What's that? Anabar? No, it's fucking Advil. Heavy doses of NSAIDs in my bod. Legit. Like, I didn't have you guys ever heard of BC powder? Me either. Got it at the gas station. It's like 1,000 mgs of
Sounds legit.
yeah, I got it off some crackhead at Circle K. But no, yeah, so I started taking that morning and evening, and that seems to minimize the nerve pain, but I finally slept last night, which was very nice.
That is really
Didn't
nice.
wake up
That
in
is really
pain.
nice.
Yeah.
Good.
You better be stepping up your stomach protection.
What do you mean, my stomach?
Your like lining
Oh, oh
protection.
yeah, 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 yeah.
She's
Wrong
like, no,
camera.
that bitch is full of holes.
No, I got the L-glutamine, I got the aloe vera twice a day. Yeah, because I'm living off of NSAID. So yeah, blood work is going to be fun next week because it's going to literally look like I have liver
Liver
cirrhosis.
enzymes go.
I forgot to tell you guys, I got mine back the other day, and for probably the first time in my fucking life, doop doop doop, check marks all the way. I'm
Oh,
like,
look at
okay,
you.
so
Laura's body is responding. Hell yeah.
unreal.
We
Healthy
love it.
McGee over there. Why don't we actually talk
Yeah.
about like the importance of lab work? Because I was watching a video of like Derek Lunsford, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my first few years of bodybuilding, I didn't get blood work," and he's like, "That was crazy."
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And also keeping up with it, and I'm never afraid to really share experiences, but keeping up with things because your body changes. So I know I had kind of told you guys about how like I'm eating all this food, I'm not gaining weight, I'm not gaining weight, I'm not gaining weight. Well, when I was going through all of the like issues that my cortisol was super low and seeing all these specialists and whatever, so they actually did prescribe me to use T3 and T4 like indefinitely.
Yeah.
And both were low dose, but I think that this initially started like a year and a half ago. Um, and my natural levels have improved. So now the like barely minimal dosing of what they were giving me was why I wasn't gaining weight because it was putting my T3 levels through the roof
Hmm.
now that everything's functioning. So you have to stay on top of it because your
Yeah.
own level changed too.
And that's the thing where it's like a caution to clients is like you'll hear coaches really push for labs. Oh, I'm a health-centric coach. And yet they'll get labs like maybe when you sign on, and then like that's it. Like there's no reoccurring checking after like you quote unquote do a health phase. There's no checking levels. You do a growth phase, especially if you're using enhancements. There's no checking. Like lab work is not just like a sign-on requirement. It's like a reoccurring thing, at least every like 3 to 6 months, depending upon if you're like Gen Pop, finances, if you're using PEDs. It's not just like you go to your GP like once a year with your insurance and you get like CBC and CMP and you're good to go. Maybe TSH if you're like blessed. It's like no, there is a method to the madness for intelligent lab work for your health and monitoring like how you're feeling and how your innards are doing.
Yeah.
I actually wish there was more talk about that like earlier on because I always used to think, oh, I'm natural, I'm not taking anything, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to do labs. And if I had done labs probably 10 years ago, I could have avoided a lot of the hormonal crashes that I ended up having.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
honestly, in today's society, with how prevalent like birth control is and just, all
Mm.
those fun endocrine disruptors that we love so much, like our scented candles and shit, like that stuff is actually taking a toll on
Hmm.
female hormonal health. So these natural competitors who aren't checking their labs, it's like, well, it doesn't make sense because contest prep is still a super duper like hard stressor on the body, and you still have like natural downregulation of T, even though you're not blasting yourself full of Primo and Anavar, like just dieting alone does that to our hormones and thyroid
Dieting to that extreme,
to that
especially like that's the
extreme.
thing where it's like I actually had an athlete and I even like posted the conversation where he had she's like I feel guilty that I'm not a bodybuilder because I'm just like working on my health and I'm like you're
That's what
missing.
we should
I
do.
was like that's the fucking point. Like as a bodybuilder you work on your health not because it's in spite of it, but like that's how you get a healthy physique that responds to lower body fat, greater muscle mass. Like your health is the foundation. And then we stack the athletic goals. If you don't have your fucking health, like maybe if you have really good genetics, you can squeak by for a few years, but eventually the bill comes due. Like, and you will be in a shitstorm of, sorry, Laura, the shitstorm of like gut issues, hormonal issues. Like, I was had hormonal issues, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as bodybuilders, we get to take care of our health. So then we can stack on athletic goals. And really, that goes for not just bodybuilders. I know this is a bodybuilding focused podcast, but like any athlete, like you have to take care of your foundational health, whether you're powerlifting, whether fucking ballet or whatever. Like, if you don't have your health, like, you're not gonna be able to move and you're not gonna be able to like live the life you want to live. And that's gonna be a really shitty quality of life.
hmm Yeah. And I mean, shit, guys, like at the end of the day, like let's be real here. Most of you listening to the podcast, not to be a fucking Debbie Downer right off the bat, like you're probably not going to step on the Olympia stage. You're probably not going to, make this an actual career, for the large majority, like we do this, we compete, we may get our pro card, we may compete as a high level pro, but getting to the Olympia is just not in the cards for every single person. That
Mhm.
shouldn't discredit like your work or, pushing you to do that. But, are you really going to jeopardize your health, your longevity in life, your fertility if, baby making is in your future for
Baby
not,
making's always in my future. I just don't want the baby.
you just don't want the baby.
I just don't want the baby. I just want the baby making.
Same. But
I
like,
would argue,
you know what I
even if you're
mean?
gonna get on the Olympia stage, to still take those precautions.
Oh, well, fuck yeah, sure. But like, I'm just saying, like, people don't take it very seriously
Mm.
unless they see that they're going far in it or something. But
Yeah.
um, yeah. And I know like in the heat of the season, like everybody's like starting prep like this month or next month, the seasons are heating up and everybody's like, when do we add in drugs?
Oh
And
my God, that's
I'm just like,
so good.
holy fuck. Like, just because you're day one prep does not mean you're day one drugs. Like, you don't need drugs until you need drugs.
And like
And
that's the thing though, is like when some people don't know that, Megs. Like some people
yeah,
are like when they think prep, it's oh well, I
yeah.
need to start the Clen, the T3, the Primable, and the Anabar. And the thing is, some coaches do that. When it's like in reality, if you have to use drugs day one of prep, good luck.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
God bless. Like, can't wait to see that shit fire. But it's like your first adjustments in contest prep. Like, if you want to do a pre-prep phase or whatever, a little gut health phase, like whatever, that's fine. But like day one of prep, likely what's going to happen is a food reduction and maybe an increased expenditure. Could be cardio, could be steps. But if you're already adding the fucking clenbuterol and the yohimbine, bruh, like
Yeah.
your adrenals are already gonna be so fucked up anyway, but like just taxing the system for a 20 plus week prep, shit. Like
Yeah.
that's gonna be a long fucking ride, man.
Yeah. And like some of these things, like yohimbine, clenbuterol, they're not going to work in your favor until you're at a leaner body weight, anyways. So I'm like, why are you adding in 10 megs of yohimbine when you're 20% body fat? Come on,
Well,
guys.
and
What are we
both of
doing?
those are so double-sided, I guess you could say, just
Yeah.
because like of how they make you feel kind of cracked out and unable to sleep and all that type of stuff.
It's the sleep for sure. And like there are some things like if you are someone that's a high anxious girly, or maybe like in the morning you kind of have like more zip than the average person, like yeah, you can do some things like L-theanine to help level you out. But like if especially like Laura said, the sleep thing. If your sleep goes to shit, y'all, sleep is your number one fat burner. Like that's not something we want to compromise. So it's like
Yeah.
when you get really, really lean, it's already gonna be harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, not wake up at 4 a.m. But like
Mm.
it is something where it's like you just don't want to add insult to injury. And I forget who posted this. I mean, I feel like we all post the same theme every now and then, but someone was like, the whole idea of contest prep isn't like to see who can suffer the most. In fact, if you can have a smooth prep on like high food, low expenditure, it's not going to make you a pussy. It's not that you had an easy prep. You're likely going to have a better physique. Like your physique is going to look less tired, less stressed on stage, which is why it's ideal to like reverse into the show. But like, do what you need to do to be successful. But like, don't feel like you have to suffer needlessly in order to be a bodybuilder because that's not what bodybuilding is either. Like you need to do what you need to do and do a good job, but like don't be like a martyr and be like, "Oh, I had to do 2 hours of cardio. Like look at me." It's like No one cares.
Yeah. And guys, like, and we've talked about like the pros and cons of PED usage, and like even if it's like, is it even worthwhile to add in so early in your prep? Probably not for most people, because like PEDs, yeah, they can enhance your muscle and your ability to retain muscle when dieting, but they don't guarantee it. And I feel like if people or coaches put their athletes on drugs starting at, let's say, 24 weeks out, and they're running it the entire prep, you're putting your health, well, your hormones at risk, virilization 100%, but also your joints and your ligaments. Because we have to
Mm-hmm.
realize that PEDs will increase the muscle, but not like our joints and our ligaments.
Mm-hmm.
So our joints take a fucking toll. Estrogen is going the fuck down. We're moody and prepped. We have not a lot of cartilage protecting our little joints, but we're adding more muscle. So that's why a lot of people get injured in prep. And you staying on cycle for longer and longer time will make you more susceptible to injury. And I feel like
Yeah.
that gets kind of brushed over too.
I would say, generally speaking, a like safer side would be somewhere 8 to at most 12 weeks
Yeah.
for being on enhancements. So you have to think most people, unless you're an idiot like I was my last prep, do not do shorter duration preps than that. Um, so also being able to account for like getting to, maybe you're starting with a regional show, but then you want to be able to go on to a national show. Like those are the types of timelines you and your coach hopefully are timing out, so you're able to apply what you need to when it actually matters, not at the beginning of the prep when you have higher food, less cardio, all of the things.
Absolutely. And like, no offense, it's not that like you shouldn't take a regional show seriously, especially if you do want to nationally qualify, but like, don't put everything just into the regional show when you have your eyes on nationals. And that's something that you and your coach need to discuss too. I also want to add to what Megs was talking about when she was like talking about like cartilage and how people get injured in prep. When you enter into a contest prep, and I mean when you start dieting, it does not make sense to me to automatically switch your training to higher volume. Like, I
Uh,
don't understand why
no,
it's like,
Do people do that?
yes,
people do it
yes,
still.
it's like
Out of those
4 sets,
plyometrics, maybe
15 to 25 reps. I gotta deplete, I gotta
some
burn
squats.
extra calories while I'm training. No, you keep the same training and you train to keep the muscle that you work so fucking hard for in your off season. That's what you were doing. You were fighting for
Hmm.
retention. Like that's the thing. And by switching to higher volume, that adds more stress into the system. So especially if you're like a wellness or a fucking bikini athlete where we're training legs 3, 4 days a week, okay, then you switch to higher volume, then you have more cardio, then you have more steps. No fucking wonder your legs feel like fucking cinder blocks. And no wonder like you can't get a pump to save your life and your legs look so stringy and like are inflamed. Like that's not a badge of honor. Like train to preserve the muscle mass that you already built. You might lose some anyway, whether you're enhanced or natural, depending upon how far that you need to go. But like, don't add insult to injury and think you need a depletion, especially when you're 20 fucking weeks out. Like,
What she's a bleeding.
what you depleting? Those fat cells just be over there like, hey.
Oh man, we laugh, guys, but I feel like we've all been there.
Yeah,
I've
I
done
laugh at
fucking
Oh
jump
myself.
yeah.
squats.
Yeah.
I've jumped jump squats. I've done box jumps. Like I've done jump rope in between myself. Like I've done it. I haven't done the shadow boxing between sets yet. Maybe this prep. I don't know.
I feel
Since
like,
we're working upper body now, I can
can you
do.
imagine like trying to jump rope and then like doing an actual set to fit your kid to collapse?
No, it's
I
awful.
just want to see
But
Meg
yeah,
jump rope, honestly. I just want to see
no,
that
you don't.
gif of
I have
that.
like Dude, I think now my pelvic floor is stronger, but when I used to like do a lot of jump rope, I guess I had a weak core because the second I started jumping, I'm like, shit, I gotta pee. So now I think it's better. I got some strong pelvic floor muscles.
Mm.
But
Meg
anyway,
goes, Hegels,
Kegels.
Hegels.
Honestly, everybody should do Kegels to be completely
No,
honest.
like in full honesty, yeah, you should be doing
Yeah.
Kegels. What it's not just a postpartum or a pregnancy thing. Like as women, like you want to make sure you have a strong pelvic floor because that helps with like your lower body training.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
No one wants to be a leg press.
Nope. Mm-mm. Yeah, do not pee during deadlifts, leg press. It doesn't make you cool. Does not make you
It
cool.
doesn't.
It means
Dude, I
you
saw
have
this one
urinary
video of this one
incontinence.
chick deadlifting, and
700
Yes, I'm
pounds.
pissed. That's
Yeah.
not cool.
Honestly, if you're deadlifting 700 pounds, though, I'm gonna give
I know
you
I can't really say much. I
I'm
can't say much.
gonna give you
Maybe I
that
would
one.
pee. Maybe my pelvic floor is not that strong,
I don't
but
think Eddie Hall or Hathor peed when they deadlift like 1 billion pounds. I think they
you're
took
talking
it
about
on.
Eddie Hall, not Edwina Hall. I tried to make a girl name out of Eddie. Didn't work.
Eduarda.
Edwina.
Edwina, Eduarda. There we go. But yeah,
Touche.
anyway.
Touche.
Um, shit, there's something else I was gonna say about that. Um, when it comes to adding in,
Pelvic
oh,
floor or peeing during deadlifts?
no, no, prepping and like adding in or throwing all of your tools on day one.
Mm,
Like these things that we utilize, like clenbuterol, fat burners, switching your cardio to, hit. Like, yeah, interval training does help
mhm,
with burning more fat eventually. You know, but do I think that you need to switch to hit intervals, add in the clean, add in the kill and buy on day one? No, because it's not
mhm.
going to benefit you. All of these people are like obsessed with like fatty oxidation, fatty acid oxidation. And I'm like, y'all, like the king of that is a deficit and getting you into a caloric deficit. Like adding in L-carnitine when you're 20% body fat isn't gonna increase your fatty acid oxidation that much to elicit fat loss. So I think people just get all caught up in all the nifty
They make
things,
things so overcomplicated.
right? Like just fucking chill, just chill.
Give yourself enough time,
Yeah,
eat fucking less, and maybe move more.
yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
like the thing with bodybuilders is it attracts a certain type, and I can't talk. I'm that type, but it's like,
I know, I do.
yeah, you want to be like that 1% better, and it's like eventually, like you kind of like want to use the drugs because that's how you get that freak factor. Let's be honest, like it's very impressive to see a peeled natural, but like I want to see a freak. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a freak on stage, whether it's fucking like women's bodybuilding or bikini. Like I want to see like a look that you achieve using like a little extra something something. But that's just a personal thing. That's just a personal preference of how I like to do things. So it is important to understand that like the core of like a contest prep specifically like should still be like simplicity. And I mean shit, if you don't need drugs, dude, I'll fucking write it, send it. Like that's still fucking impressive. But like again, drugs don't make you a bodybuilder.
Exactly. They, may amplify your results, but they definitely do not guarantee it. We've talked
Mm.
about it how, down at your local LA Fitness, probably half that fucking room is yoked on some type of insane cycle and they
Oh
don't look
yeah.
like it. So,
And they have like pregnant guts and
yeah, exactly. They don't know what they're doing. But yeah, if you utilize them in the right context, under the right circumstances, they can be beneficial. But you
Hmm.
have to be smart. Another thing that cracks me the fuck up is when people place too much emphasis on what PEDs do for us. Like you pull somebody's drugs and they're like, oh, I lost all my strength. I have no pumps. I have no muscle. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And same thing, like you drop somebody's food like 200 calories in a prep, and they're like, I'm so tired. It's like, guys, it, no. Like they just think that, the second they add it in, they're like, oh, I'm hitting PRs. I'm doing this. I'm like, can you say placebo? Like,
It's just like that's the thing is like they're so inside their head already. Like
yeah.
they're already like a fallacy of that hyperfixation where they think they're
Mhm.
getting better, but in reality they're holding themselves back because they're so inside their fucking head. But in reality, it's like, okay, full transparency. Austin dropped my food 500 calories. Guess
Mhm.
who's still hitting PRs?
Yeah.
What up? Like it's something where it's like I really like what Mike Nassif said, where he was like, progress is a choice. There are some
Yeah.
people that he said he pulled maybe 200 calories, and they're like, "Oh, coach, I can't get a pump," versus people
Yeah.
on trace carbs still progressing. It's like, okay,
There's a mindset thing
there's a
there.
mindset thing about it. So it's like if you're so fucking inside your head where your coach cut your carbs, and you're like, "Oh, I can't progress anymore because I'm hungry or I'm tired or my coach, dropped my calories." It's like, okay, well, at some point, yes, I could see it maybe 4 weeks out where we're barely like scooting by. Okay. But like 20 weeks out,
Hmm.
you're gonna want it more than that.
oh yeah.
God. Yeah.
I would
And I,
say I would say
Yeah.
leading up to probably like 6 weeks out,
Mhm.
my everything feels better.
Yeah.
Like, especially going if you're in a position you're coming from an off season where you were in like a pretty decent surplus, you
Hmm.
start to just like mental clarity. I don't know. I just feel like a lot more on point with everything.
Oh yeah, because you're not stressing. Like another thing, that's a great point, Laura, is like when you get to the tail end of your off season, that's another stress. You are pushing food. Maybe you're either tapering off drugs, like you're just letting the hormones clear, or you're still riding drugs. Again, that's still going to be oxidative stress, right?
Hmm.
And then you're also like at a point where maybe your body fat's like not like sloppy, but like getting to the point where you can definitely feel the body starting to kind of like kick back and being like, hey, I'm sick of this shit. But like when you start to like start drop body fat and drop food, you do start to feel better. And
Hmm.
yes, when it comes to certain compound lifts, your leverages change. That might impact your strength curve. Absolutely. I'm not gonna like sit here and tell you that like your strength's gonna be flying the entire contest prep, but there comes a point where your body likes to be happy, like a happy weight, if you will, where like you feel really good. Like you feel a lot better because you don't feel like a hippopotamus, but you also don't feel like, a fucking like skeleton either. There's that sweet spot for a little bit of prep, and then you're like, okay, now I'm kind of tired. And now it
Yeah.
hurts to sit.
And now it hurts to think.
Ugh,
Pull out the donuts.
jealous of you guys embarking that journey.
What?
Starting prep, a million
Oh,
weeks
starting
ago.
prep. I mean, don't be jealous of me, dude. Everything's kind of up in the air right
Yeah,
now.
Meg's like
I'm
ODing
in
on
prep, but
drugs.
like, am I in prep? What did you
Have
say?
I?
What did
Oh,
you
I
say,
was saying that
Ash?
like Meg was like ODing on fucking NSAIDs over there.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just popping NSAIDs right now. No primo for
It's like a
me.
little Pez dispenser, but with like Advil.
What's that? Anabar? No, it's fucking
It's
Advil.
Advil.
My mind's going a million directions. I can't even decide what I want to do right now.
Yeah, but you're also sick,
Mm.
so that also makes things harder.
I told Josh this morning I was doing bikini. He was like,
No,
"No, you're not."
no,
No,
you're
you're
not.
not.
You would have to do sprints to bring down your legs.
Yeah, and like, don't do that. That just suppresses me.
Yeah, somebody has to do wellness out of the three of us.
No shit, it can't be me, dog. Like,
No,
can't
feel
be
like
me.
Can't be me.
no matter how far forward you start to get, like you still not enough. It's just
No.
like
I feel like I'm starting. I'm like a little minnow right now in a big old sea.
I've been a little
I'm
minnow for
like,
the last 2 years.
Dude, Megs, I know you don't want to like post your WPD poses yet, but I really want the thumbnail to be the finger one gun salute between your
Oh
front
my
pose and
God.
my pose. That was fucking hilarious.
oh man, that was funny as shit what you
I
said
didn't
about
know that until today.
WBB.
Did not know that
WPD.
until today. Can we get a
You
like
didn't know
spirit
that.
fingers
Yeah,
demonstration?
you gotta flip them out. I
Flip
mean,
them
some girls
out.
definitely go like crazy, like they have
You look
fucking
like Edward Scissorhands with those nails and
yeah, that
everything.
or like they have some type of like I don't even know what disorder, but some look a little crazy. But yeah, if you go like that and if you fist,
You're
you're a
fisting.
Just like,
WBB. If you're
no.
a finger,
Could you
you're
imagine Max like it like sasses it?
should I just do that like jazz hands and like my performance just like or like do like the fucking what is that Michael Jackson shit?
Yeah.
Should I just do
Thriller.
it to the Thriller and then like pop up the guns like
Ooh, we're on to something here.
Yeah, for real. Dude, speaking of, do you like I know this is like putting the cart way before the fucking horse, but like when you do your presentation, have you given it any thought like what you want to embody or what you want the music to be? Do you want it to be intense? Do you want it to
I
be
got my song.
what?
I already got my song.
Oh, do you? Can you share or
Oh
no?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's because I wanted to keep it a little like EDM, little
Mhm.
bassy, but not too like bass in your face like you're at like a rave.
Two
Um,
bass in your face.
too
That's the
bass in
first
your
I've heard
face.
that one.
But it's actually a flip on Billie Eilish. And it has like every six counts, it's like boom. So like you can like hit a pose. So I'll send it to you. But here, I don't know if you can even hear it. It's a Just John flip, but it sounds like you hear like the
I personally can't. It
I can't either.
sounds like
sounds
da,
like
da,
an
da, da, da.
exorcism.
All right, well, I'll send it to you guys and you'll have to let me know what you think. Because
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm going for.
I'm
But
here
I
for it.
mean, I can't really practice until I can move.
Yeah,
So yeah,
word.
we're waiting on my leg.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning
When's
now,
your MRI?
9:30 tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
hmm When I was on the phone with the lady scheduling it, I was like, yeah, it's soonest available on Friday. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. She's like, we open at 6:30. And I'm like, oh no. Oh, absolutely not. So 9:30. She's
Yeah.
gonna
Have you ever
be
gotten an MRI before?
no, I'm fucking scared.
Okay, so I'm
Interesting.
gonna prep you because I did, and I tore a hamstring, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how it feels. I am scared for you to fit in the MRI machine because that shit is
Motherfucker.
claustrophobic, and I'm like tiny.
And
Like,
I'm even smaller than you and felt like that.
All
like
right,
you're like,
guys. Any positives?
It's not honest. They have different sized ones though. So
Okay.
I've had like
so Megs
four.
needs like the bariatric one just because
I'll literally just walk in like this.
They will
Give
have one
me
that you'll fit in that you won't feel like that.
Meg needs like the zoo MRI machine.
Mhm. So much
God.
anxiety.
I don't think
It's
I'm
just loud. That's the thing, is that it's loud and it takes longer than it needs to, in my opinion.
yeah,
They gave
it's
me headphones. Maybe they'll do that for you too. They gave me headphones. They asked what kind of music I wanted to listen to. I was jamming out the
Okay, so
country.
mine was ghetto as fuck. They were like, Don't
And I,
fucking move," and "Da-dum, da-dum,
and
da-dum."
I had like a background like you do behind you that was like tropical palm trees above me. Yep.
wow. I hope I have an experience like Laura.
Yeah, so Laura sounds like she went to the beach. Mine was like just stay still, shut the fuck up, ba-dum, 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 over and over again. And then you're
Ash went to some like
yeah. So it was like, okay, I never want to do this again.
yeah. Well, I'm doing lumbar spine and then I'm also doing my hamstring. So it's like
Yeah.
45 minutes per view. Um,
It doesn't take that long for the actual imaging. It's them getting you, they allot that time to like get you set up and position you and make sure like the
do I wear
actual,
clothes?
yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't wear
They
anything
said
metal.
dress comfy. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
They'll just no like piercing things that I take
Yeah.
those out.
Yeah. They said I could keep in
Nips.
my nips
Yeah,
and my earrings.
I probably wouldn't want to keep my earrings in just because if your
Well,
head is,
I can't take out some of my earrings.
no, okay.
So I'm
You can't
thinking
take out because you don't know how, or like you literally can't. Like they're just like in your body.
um, this one I would have to go to like a shop and
Don't
like
do it.
No shit, really?
yeah, this one I can take out and this one I can take out. This one I don't want to take out, but I can. But this one, yeah, I would have to go to a shop.
No
Nipples,
shit.
I can go and take them out. So
I
yeah,
learned something new.
yeah.
Got a call right before we started the podcast that my bifocals are ready, and I don't know if I want to get them or not get them because I feel like there's a lot weighing on this.
I mean, I would just try them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't want to be, I don't know if it's cynical, but like if you look at it, like what's the worst that it can happen? Either it doesn't work or it does.
Hmm.
Or it helps a little bit, but you still need a little something else.
Yeah.
Like a
Ugh. I'm just so over, I've Ubered so much lately. I'm so over it.
dude,
The only
that's
thing that's the
Get a
only thing that's
horse.
nice is I
I was
can
gonna
work.
say, yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
How long is your drive? Like your commute?
depends. If I go when I'm going in early in the morning, I've been hopping in. Josh and I've been just going together. But when I go back on an afternoon like today, it usually takes me an hour. And then it's like a $50 Uber.
Oh my God.
I
I think I
know.
just give up. Like I
I would
Thanks.
get a horse bug and carry thing.
Just off yourself. Fuck it.
dude, in Charleston they have these like little fucking rickshaw things. That's what you need. It's like they'll have a little person that like pedals you everywhere, but you
Yeah.
get a nice little awning. That's what you need, Laura. It's like you can even pedal it yourself if you wanted, but just
It's only 11 miles from where I live to work. I literally said just the other day, I'm just fucking running. I'm just gonna run to work.
11 miles.
oh, there
You're
you go.
gonna
So no, what you
run.
can do, start running, atrophy your legs for bikini. You'll already be in a deficit from prep.
The only slight problem is it's a highway the whole way.
That's even better though, because you have so much fucking stress from the highway, dodging and weaving cars that like you'll have nothing but like to atrophy.
Yeah, there we go.
I say
Perfect.
you get the glasses. I
Shut up,
say you get
Meg.
nothing
I'm gonna
else.
get the glasses. Well, after I told you guys about the whole Tesla idea, I was like, yes, I nailed it. Like, this is a backup. I can feel good about this. And called my dad, and he was like, absolutely not. Do you know how dangerous those are? There's no fucking way.
Oh, really?
Well, the self-driving isn't as reliable as they try to
But
make it out to be.
think about it. Think about the lawsuit money that you could get. I'm
That's
just saying,
better
Well, so
than posting.
there's
here's the
billboards
thing.
all over the place that say Uber driver, whatever, accident, call me.
I don't know what Uber Jobber is.
Uber,
Uber job. Uber job.
No,
Uber driver.
Meg, you were kept posting like vines on your close
So
friends.
funny.
You don't, you know,
Yeah.
you didn't see that vine. I don't go to Uber Jobber.
What?
No. Did
Oh,
I
Meg,
post that?
Were
you were
you
posting
My
about
memory has been
vines.
bunk
were
lately.
you hacked?
No, I post shit to my close friend. You're not my
Oh,
close friend, Laura. Do you
I
not?
know. She said that you can't post something. You look like you didn't know what she was talking about.
Well,
No,
I
it's like I've never been
say
to Uber
something and I
Jobber.
forget it.
There, I just posted it in the Prima Princesses. I've never been
Oh,
to Uber Jobber.
God.
You guys, I
No,
fucking love
literally,
Vine.
my memory is shit.
If you can remember Chicken Strip, you can remember Uber Jobber.
Fucking chicken
Fucking
strap.
chicken strips.
Fucking chicken strap.
Laura's like, what is going on?
No, I didn't. It was not loading.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, Vine is the shit. Fuck your guys' TikTok. Vine is it.
Fine.
Laura, do you know what Vine is? Or is that,
No.
I guess that was, you would have been
Or after her time, before her time,
after, because
after.
we were like on Vine like high school-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
It's
just
it's
like a
it's like a
video,
funnier TikTok, a better TikTok,
an American
an
TikTok.
American TikTok, yes.
So yeah, pledge allegiance to the flag.
Some of my
God.
best
Oh,
memories are from Vine.
fuck.
Isn't that how Logan Paul like got famous in Ohio was from Vine?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember anything of him.
I don't either, but I remember seeing a couple of his Vines. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucking funny. And the next thing I know, he's like famous. And I'm like, oh, he came from Ohio.
Do you remember the one where where that kid like got scared with his croissant on the stairs?
Oh, drop a croissant.
Hey, you almost made me drop my croissant.
I've seen
Laura, I'm gonna have to
that.
send you the best of Vines, like just so that way you can share
Just
it
like
up.
run through it. Yeah. There's like an Instagram page like that, and that's what I do when I smoke a little bit. Do you guys see this freaking? I think it's a bug bite. It's like red right here.
No,
I
I
just want to
didn't
like
know.
scratch my head.
Oh, dude,
Oh
that's
my
the
God.
worst.
Ah, God, that hurts.
I'm afraid you're gonna like stab yourself in the eye with your nails.
I need to get them done. This is ew. Like,
Oh
what is
wow.
that? Then I don't even have a finger.
Oh wow.
I haven't been able to. But maybe I was supposed to today. I don't know.
Maybe you can do it after your MRI, so you have something to look forward to.
Like
Maybe.
when you get go to the dentist and they give you a treat from the treasure chest. Does that happen to you when you were a little kid?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I thought you
actually
meant
did.
like I thought this happened to you recently. I was like,
Laura's like, yeah,
No.
yeah, I got my squishy tooth.
Nope,
no.
not recently, unfortunately.
I remember like stickers. I got a lot of stickers
Mm.
growing up from the doctors.
Hmm.
I
Maybe they
remember
will
the
get.
stickers and the cool band-aids. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like
Where
we
was
were
that?
like so passionate about prep, and then the next thing you know, we're like
They're
talking
talking about.
about vines.
Oh, geez. Yeah, this podcast goes everywhere. But last week's got a lot of good response.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Everybody
thank you
It
loves
for
did.
sharing
Julia.
the views. I thought
Yeah.
that was fun. I like that. I definitely want to have more competitors, or not even competitors, just more people on
Yep.
the pod. Like, I think it would be cool, like maybe like one of our clients coming on too, and like talking about that. Or I know you've done one. Wait, no, we had Eric on. We had
Yeah,
Eric
Eric.
for like
So
a
Eric was actually our first guest,
he was
but
our first guest.
but we like fucking forgot or like he wasn't cool enough. So when we had fucking Lyle
Wow,
McDonald on as our
McDonald.
first guest, Eric was like,
First guest.
he's like,
Am
fuck
I
you
just
guys.
That
you
would
don't
be, I don't know how we would do it because we wouldn't have enough. You can only have what, four people total?
I thought you could have no.
It's Zoom. You can have
Yeah, we
We
whoever.
can
could
have a
do
whole class.
like bring a friend to work day and we all bring in a client and we could just
Just circle it. That'd be crazy.
We need
That'd
like
be
a little like you know how Meg was like hitting the things with like the whack-a-mole. We need like a
the
little
whack-a-mole
time
thing.
stopper to be like raise the hand. Boop.
you
Yeah,
can
you got
talk.
to raise your hand to talk. God.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel like I had something like
Oh,
to ask
Yeah,
or something to talk about, but it just slipped my mind.
the renewal of the
Oh yeah,
program.
yeah. The
Oh yeah, yeah, the renewal. Yeah, so like Meg, thanks for like updating me because I was like really pissed for you guys and I was like, this is bullshit, but you're like, oh no, they actually it's not.
yeah, no, it's not. So she was talking about the new, I guess the updated rules for the pros that you have to, renew or activate your membership every 3 years now. So I shit myself when I saw that, to be honest. Like I was like, holy fuck, do I have to compete at a regional show this year? I was shitting myself. But it said, as long as you do it by the end of 2025, you're good. So I already paid my fees,
How much is
but
the fee?
it's 285 with the service charge, but it's 275
Okay, so it's 285 for your like IFBB active
membership.
membership for
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. No, 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 for the year.
For the
But
year.
yeah, but you have to, like, I'm active this year. So if I choose to not compete next year and take like an off season, I can do that and still stay an active member. But then if after 3 years I don't renew it or activate it again, then I lose my IFBB status.
Okay,
But
so
that doesn't
question, do you have to
apply.
compete?
No,
Wasn't it that it didn't apply if you were already a pro prior to this?
Yeah, because you were a pro before 2024. So aren't you like
I
grandfathered
was.
in?
Yes.
They said there was another date though. At 2019, it said something like if you got your pro card like
That was,
before,
I thought, was an example because I was watching
I
Nick
was
Strength and Power and I
well,
thought that was just an example.
I don't know if you saw it, I sent it in the group chat last night because Justin Randall had posted it.
mhm.
Um, shit, we have a lot of conversations today. Hold
We
on.
talk way too much fucking much, guys.
Yeah, we need to stop.
You guys always do that when I'm with clients. Like the
Well,
mornings
I'm sorry that you have a lot of
like the mornings I'm back
Oh,
to
I'm
back.
sorry that you're fucking successful, Laura.
we're just bullshitting.
I just feel bad because like then I come out and I'm like, I want to contribute.
But no, what I was saying to Ash is, since you like for the NPC, you have to pay for your NPC registration and the show registration and the classes that you compete in. So
Hmm.
for pros, we just need to pay the membership activation fee. And when you sign a contract, you don't have to pay to enter that show. You just sign the contract. You have to pay for obviously like,
Your
your
hotel and shit.
accommodations and
Yeah.
shit. But if you win and you go to the Olympia, they pay for your travel accommodations and shit.
Okay, so just to recap, so it's 285 with the service charge fee for
Yeah.
that year to have your IFBB Pro title.
Mhm.
And that will be active for the pro qualification, the pro status will be active for 3 years, but you
Yeah.
have to pay every single year.
Yes.
Okay.
To compete. Yeah. Like, but I
Okay.
think it's a good thing. One, like how I said, like it's taking out the pros that turned pro 15 years ago who are just like, oh, I want to compete again, and they don't activate it. So it helps us not see shit pro physiques pretty much.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There still could be. But also it encourages pros to take off seasons, which I love because they gave you a 3 year kind of gap there. So if you don't compete year after year, you're still okay. Like it would suck if you have to actually compete every single year to
Mhm.
remain a pro
Yeah.
status. Because that would be like, okay, how
Yeah,
do you progress,
got you. So
So,
kind of I understand why they did it. My only concern is like let's say for example, by the grace of God and Beelzebub and every other like God like planet on earth, I earn my pro status. After let's say 10 years of maybe competing or maybe just being active in the sport, I no longer want to actively compete. It sucks to think about the fact that in order to still have my pro status, which I work so fucking hard for, like every other pro, to now have to pay to keep it.
well, yeah, I get that. But when you think about it, like pro football players that retire, they were still a pro football player back in the day? Like, yeah, they're no longer a pro athlete, but they
But
made
it's
their
not retired though, it's ex-pro. And that to me hurts. It's like, oh, you're an ex-pro. You're not a
uh,
retired pro, you're an ex-pro. It's like it feels like you're getting kicked out of the club. And it's like, God damn, like I
I
spent so
mean,
much fucking money to do this, and now it's like you're
dude,
untouchable.
dude. I'm Dr. Meg. Nobody's gonna take that shit away from me. That's staying in my goddamn like Instagram? Like it's
That's
not
my thing. It's
active.
like, listen, like if I ever get a pro card, I don't give a fuck if it's like
You're
I'm like,
still, yeah, you did the
yeah,
damn
I'm
thing.
not
You know?
removing that shit from my bio. You have to put a
Just
gun to my head, and I'm still not gonna do it.
97 and still.
Yeah. Fuck. My doctorate, like, I'm not an active chiropractor, but I'm damn proud that I went through a doctorate program and got that. I got the debt for it. So, like, I'm Dr. Meg. But like I
Hint.
get a lot of people get a little feisty over that one. Like the Dr. Sunny Andrews one, they were like, "You're not a doctor, you're not active." And I'm like, okay.
You go to
Says the
fucking
person
doctor
who
school,
need a
dumbass.
Isn't isn't she still in
degree.
school though too? Or doing her
That's her
That's her
sister.
sister, Marissa. I think Marissa just graduated though, didn't she?
Yeah, she's doing dental.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Dude, if
feel
I didn't hate teeth, that would be a dope ass career. They make bank, but
mm.
I hate mouths. Ugh. I like my teeth, but if I see ugly teeth, I'm just like, ugh. Could you imagine some of that stank breath? They just open it, it's like,
Imagine Meg being a tooth fairy, and she's like, no,
mm,
just nope.
Not for
nope.
you.
Not for you. She's
You
like,
get nothing
here's
for that
more
one.
money to get those things fucking fixed.
Yeah, here's money for your veneers. Uh,
That's like the popping off thing all of a sudden. I feel like everybody is going to a different country to get veneers.
you
I
get
hear
the
about it
top
all the
one.
time.
Yep. All
I
I did
don't
was shave mine.
Yeah.
that.
Still blows my mind that I did that.
Yeah, me
That
too.
very straight.
I just did
Lord,
Invisalign, dog. I did Invisalign my senior
I
high
did
school
too.
year, and I was like, okay, it's good enough.
I
I
did
just
like
finished
braces
mine.
mine early. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did it work? Did it help? Let me see.
Mm.
Oh yeah, look at those. That could be the thumbnail, just
Eric's gonna be like,
so
what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
her mind's been
Hope you
everywhere
can't see any bugs when I do that.
Laura's like, boogie check.
Ugh.
Jesus
I
God.
went in, I went in this morning for my morning clients, and I'm like debating on if I'm rallying for the evening as well.
What's the sickness? What's going on? Just the
Everybody's got this
going
like,
around.
honestly, I think it's COVID because it's that weird like your throat and chest kind of burn and you're stuffy, but like I'm not
Mm.
coughing, I'm not sneezing, I'm not running. It's just there.
Yeah. A
Wait,
lot of my
what's that?
clients,
What's the difference between that and RSV that's going around?
Who knows? Probably gonna be the same thing.
most likely.
Mm,
Yep.
fair.
I jinxed myself because I was telling Ash yesterday, I was like, I'm half in the bag, meaning because like I could feel like I was sick, but it wasn't that bad. And then I woke up this morning, I was like, ah, fuck, it's here. It's
Yeah.
here.
You know it leading up, and you're just like, I don't even know if I want to go to sleep because I know I'm waking up and my throat's gonna be like
Yes.
scratchy. They just
You're
pissed
like,
you
just
off. And
take
you're
me now,
like,
God.
yeah. It's like I know it's gonna happen. So, oh, that's the worst, man.
Mm.
Yeah. I have some fun would you rather questions if you guys want to close it out with
Ooh,
that.
But
brain.
I'm ready.
All right. First one. Would you rather shout all the time or only be able to whisper? Just
I say some
screaming.
wild shit. I don't know if I want to be shouting all of it. And if
I'd
you
rather
talk to
whisper.
Will, he says I whisper all the time. So
Josh says that about me too.
yeah, apparently I whisper whatever.
I feel like I would rather whisper, but like Eric's he has tinnitus, and so it's like sometimes it's already hard for him to hear me. So it's like I feel like if I whispered to him, like I would just end up killing him because he'd be like, "What?"
Whisper into a megaphone. There you go. It saves you.
There you
Just
go. There's a
whispering.
workaround. Smart idea.
There you
I'd
go.
whisper then.
There you go. There you go. Okay, would you rather eat cold pizza or hot cereal for breakfast?
Cold
Think
pizza.
like oatmeal
No, I think I'm gonna say
or like
not meal or porridge.
warm
Like
milk
like
with
like you have to like you have a bowl of like Cocoa Puffs and that shit's hot.
cold pizza.
Cold
Cold
pizza,
pizza.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Um, let's see here. Hmm. This is like a lot of shit.
Oh shit.
Um, this is like a Teen Vogue shit. Some of this is retarded. Um, if you could go a year without desserts or have to eat a spoonful of wasabi every single day.
Oh, a year without desserts. I can't do
Mhm.
wasabi.
Mhm.
I get a
Really?
little bit of that shit in my soy sauce and I just feel violated.
I actually would, I mean, I personally like wasabi, so I feel like that wouldn't be too much of a punishment for me. But Meg, can we also talk about your Chinese meal? Like what can you give us some more tea as to like what you ordered with your Chinese free meal?
No. I'm so upset. I didn't know I was in prep. I
He's like,
didn't know
guys, I
I was in
fucked it
prep.
up.
That
And
is,
I fucked up. What?
you said Pittsburgh, right? When is that?
Well, that's the tentative. Pittsburgh is 15 and a half weeks. I can't even train my lower body right now. Like, so I'm like, I don't know about this. So we may push for Optimum or Toronto as my pro
Mhm.
debut. Or,
So is this what, May, June-ish?
it would be either 17 and a half weeks for Optimum, and I think the first week of June is Toronto. So that
Hmm.
would be about 19 and a half. I like that plan a little better. It gives me a little peace of mind. Um, but yeah, so I didn't know I was like in prep yet. So I had, my weekly off-plan meal. And he responded to a voice note on Monday after I had my off-plan meal, and I think it was Sunday we had it. And he was like, yeah, since we're in prep now, yada yada. And I know he doesn't give, weekly off-plan meals in prep. So I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I had some shit ass Chinese food from some plaza for my off-plan meal, for the last off-plan meal. I
Did you at least get like
felt
egg
like
rolls or something, or was it just like
no, I
chicken
got
fried nuggets?
sesame chicken, and
Talking
I
like food court style?
it was pretty. It felt like it,
Oh,
and I
oh.
had um crab rangoons, and they weren't really that great. Like, and
You
this
asked for a
weekend,
redo?
I know, right? And this
Like
weekend,
just like message Cam right now and be like, hey, listen,
like,
level with
hey,
me.
yeah,
I fucked up and I had Chinese food like as my last
yeah.
The Last Supper.
Yeah, we're going to a Brazilian steakhouse on Saturday to meet up with my client, Kristen, who's down here, and then Arya and Jason are joining us. And I'm just
Oh,
like, I'm gonna be there with my little, little Tupperware. So it's okay. But it just goes to show that you shouldn't live for your free meals, but at the same time, make sure you know when your last free meal
She's like, but at the
is.
same time, make it fucking count too.
Hi. But yeah, it's okay.
That's
And
funny.
I said it to Will. I was like, I haven't maximized my off-plan eating in my off season yet. And he's like, Meg, you've been in off season for 5 years. And I'm like, exactly. I still haven't done it. Like, I haven't had everything. But food will always be there, y'all. But
That's the
yeah,
damn truth.
yeah,
That's
it's
the damn
also
truth.
prep is short too. You're gonna blink and it'll be June.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Truth.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but just think of
The
all the new
Chinese
crumble cookie
restaurant.
flavors and everything else.
Uh, it's okay. I'm glad like my relationship with food is so, so much better. And the fact that I'm eating so much, I'm like, I barely even like think about my off-plan meal. That's why Sunday he was like Chinese. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. But
Yeah.
maybe it would have been different.
I mean, Rick, real talk though, like when you have to like push food, like I mean, I took my off-plan meal when I went and saw my family because I wanted to like be with them and not just like be a bodybuilder and have like a prepped meal, you know? But like that was the first off-plan meal I've had in months just because it's just like you just don't fucking care. Like it's
If you
just
like
like,
your food, yeah, if you like your food, like, I mean, my off-plan meal is like, sure, I'll have maybe like a dessert instead of like an actual like pizza and stuff. Like, but I do have
yeah,
pizza. But like sometimes I eat my meal and then I just have a little sweet treat, you know? It's kind of nice. A little sweet treat.
I love that. I love that. All right. Would you rather have smelly breath or stinky feet?
I already have stinky,
I
stinky
already have
feet.
stinky feet, so it's just
I have
like
stinky feet.
they're stinky and they're big.
Mine are stinky big and I'm missing a toenail. I got you beat.
I have one that's like thick though. So it's like I feel like we balance each other out.
Okay. Yeah, thick toenail is not a good look.
Yeah, dude,
Mm.
it's because I lost it so many times. It was like, listen, I'm growing fucking double now. Like, lose me now, bitch. Mm. And I haven't. Laura, what about you? Stinky feet or stinky mouth?
Sticky feet.
Stinky feet,
Yeah.
yeah.
We talk too much. We wear shoes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Exactly.
know? Did you know, fun fact, that male underarm sweat helps to arouse females?
It does because I do. Like,
Oh, okay. I
like,
don't.
oh,
But
real no, like legitimately, like real talk. There's like putrid stank where you're like, you need to take a fucking shower, but then there's like stank. There's like
stank.
underarm stank, and I'm like, like it's like I can get down with
Is
that.
this, wait, is this like they applied their deodorant and like worked hard all day, or is this they forgot their deodorant and they stink?
No, it's like I said, there's a difference between putrid where you're like, you stink. But there's a difference between like, yeah, you maybe have like a little bit of cologne or like maybe
Yeah.
your deodorant antiperspirant, and then like you worked. And it's kind of like your pheromones mixed with like whatever the fuck you wear. It's like I can get down with that.
Yeah, apparently it helps to regulate menstrual cycles and everything too. I have no idea why. I
See,
saw that on
we're just fucking squishy hormone bags. That's all we are, guys. It ain't
yeah,
that complicated. Going back to what we were saying about prep, it's just do simple stuff.
simple stuff like
Simple stuff.
sniff your hands, armpits.
Mm. I'm super sensitive to smells, so I would be repulsed regardless.
Dude, Laura, imagine when you finally get pregnant and whenever you want to start having your family, you're gonna have to
Oh,
just chop it off. You're just like, listen, you're gonna be embracing like the Voldemort nose and just fucking living your life.
I have heard some horror stories about like people being pregnant and like their food aversions and like
yeah.
their smell
It's
aversions.
usually meats.
Yeah,
Whenever
I
I
heard
don't know if
like
it's like a texture thing or a taste, but it's typically meats.
yeah. I
I
remember
almost wonder if it's like an evolutionary stomach acid thing because you already have heartburn usually when you're
yeah.
pregnant, and obviously when you eat meat, especially red meat, like it's
Mm,
harder to digest and break down. So I almost wonder if it's your body's way of being like, "Yay, just no."
Could
mm,
be. I just remember I was listening to like I think it was on Fuad's podcast. Brett Wilkin was on it, and he said in prep or something when Ivana was pregnant with their baby, like he
Mhm.
would have to cook his meat like outside, and she would still
mm.
smell it.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy. Pregnant bitches are wild.
I've actually done a few at this point. I felt like at one point I was having like a pregnant squad of clients, but the like go-to meal is like Cheerios, banana, almond milk with protein powder. Mix it up, put it on because it's so hard for them to consume protein.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Have
sounds
you
like a
ever
slaps though.
It is good.
have you ever had one of your prego clients have like weird food combinations that they want? Like the pickles and Pringles and shit?
Yep.
I
That's
would
crazy
not gonna
too.
lie though, some of the pregnancy cravings I probably would eat just because like I like weird
Honestly, yeah.
stanky shit.
Yeah.
I feel
Like
like you tend to either really want sweet things or really want like salty, textured, all that
yeah.
type of stuff.
In prep, question to go off of that. In prep, do you guys crave more salty or more sweet?
I haven't been in prep for so long, and when I did prep, I was also vegan, and I did everything so fucking wrong with the Walden Farms bullshit and
Uh,
protein fluff. So it's like this prep, because I'm like not going into it completely mentally fucked. Like I honestly I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I
yeah.
crave because as of right now, it's like food's still stupid high, so it's just like
Yeah,
don't even
I
want
would
to think.
say sweet.
it was sweet. I mean, that's probably what I craved, and I'm more of a sweet person anyways than
Mm,
savory.
same.
But yeah, I'm curious how this one's gonna go. He's moving his little paw. He's sleeping.
Yeah.
Dude, Eric does
But
that shit. I'm just like,
not cute.
dude, it's just like it's so annoying. He'll like it's like a fucking exorcism. He'll like can be convulsing, probably having a seizure. I'm just like, fucking stop it.
My God. Man, but dude, when I last prepped, like I would watch like Eric the Electric like shove 20K calories in his
Oh my
face.
God. I love
Like
that show.
the
Dude, I
food he
Their
still
would
watch
YouTube.
eat.
that shit, and it's not even
I
because I'm
like,
food focused. It's just it's incredible.
yeah, I
Oh,
like Christy too. She has her own
Yeah,
stuff. She's always going different places and
it's
mm-mm.
just incredible. It's like watching
Uh,
like Animal in the Wild. It's like how?
that makes me disgusted. Like
Hmm.
I can't, people still do like the 10K calorie challenge. And I was like,
You
oh,
think?
I can do that easily. Like I've seen that posted and I'm like, oh, I can do that easily. And then now that I think about it, I'm like, nah, I eat 4,000 calories a day and I don't want
Yeah.
it.
Like
I don't want
10,000 calories would be easy to do when you were eating like 1,500 in prep
yeah.
or lower, like easy. But like when you're in that off-season calories where you're eating 3, 4K daily,
No,
you're like, you couldn't pay me. Couldn't pay me.
Hmm.
nope.
Mm-mm. All right, I know Laura's got to hop off soon, so what are we thankful for? And we'll wrap this shit up.
Who started?
Uh,
Laura.
Laura!
Um, I'm thankful
Laura, you're taking too
for
long, Meg. No, I'm just kidding.
oh,
You're thankful for.
my good lab work.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Next
Hey.
one.
I am thankful for all the people who have been patient in helping me with my leg. And I
Mm.
am also thankful that the MRI place could squeeze me in to tomorrow. So
Yes, that's also something to be thankful for, just because like I know, like as someone that
it's
tore a hamstring, or regardless of whatever the diagnosis is, it's like you've been in so much pain for so long that like I just like am praying for some type of answer for you, just to like get something
yeah.
moving.
Dude, I'm so scared that everything's gonna come back fine.
Oh,
No disc herniation, nothing. And I'm just gonna be like, I swear to God, I'm not a fucking crazy bitch.
You'll just
I
see
don't
Meg with
cry
like a
like this. I
saw,
don't have
just
emotion.
take that.
Like, like Will, I feel like saw a ghost when he first saw me cry because of this leg pain. Like I don't cry, guys. Like I don't like show emotion like that. So I was like,
Mm.
something's wrong. I'm crying. Like, so hopefully, I mean, not hopefully something's wrong, but like I hope I find answers for sure.
Well,
We
something
can
is wrong,
fix
and so
it.
you hope you find answers because something's
Yes.
wrong. Yeah,
Yes. But I hope it
gotcha.
doesn't be like, oh no, you're fine. And I'll be like, nah, no, I'm not.
You'll like
Ash,
be
what are
reading
you
the
thankful
diagnosis, and it'll
for?
be like MRI, it'll be like hamstring muscle mass unimpressive, and you'll be like,
Needs to build hamstrings up.
needs to develop hamstrings. You'll be like, get fucked. Let's see. What am I thankful for? I am thankful for my truck that has four-wheel drive because since Charleston was powdered in snow, and I was like, I need to still go to the gym because it's how I like to give back to myself. But a little Toyota Yaris would not have a fucking prayer. I'd be like out in the ditch, just like, help me, just like kicking up the wheels. But no, it was nice to be able to drive to the gym and be safe. And thankfully, like no one else really got super injured down here. So I'm just thankful for that. And even though I hate the snow, I am thankful that we are had a little snow because it is kind of nice.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I get
Mostly, I'm
it.
thankful that I'm in prep fucking finally. That's
yeah,
like the big thing.
that's also a big thing. Yeah. Very, I'm thankful that you're in prep too. So, so I'm
I'm
not
just so
alone.
tired. Just, job well done.
We did it 5 years later.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, guys. But all right, ladies, I love you. Guys, have a good day.
Right.
Meg, let us know how your MRI goes, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.